You are officially an incinerator. Welcome to Incense and Common Sense, the live streams that we do here on the Alerts on TV. Shout out to everybody because this is a worldwide movement. I would love for you guys and girls to become active citizens going into the new year. Um, you can do that by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell with all so you can notify when we drop fruitful and nutritious content, giving the video a like, sharing, all that good stuff. We appreciate you. As you come in, hit the likes button. We're going to do like we always do. We're going to give everybody 5 minutes to get in, and then we'll start the live stream. We'll get into the meat and potatoes. I'm in another part of the house. Y'all might hear a little bit of an echo. I'm in the little nail salon that we got in the front of the house. We got quite a few people over, so I'm not sure what tomorrow is gonna bring, or Thursday or Wednesday. So I'm going to go ahead and get this year in review done early. I'm gonna try not to hold you guys and girls more than an hour. It may go longer than that. The plan is about an hour. So as you come in, like I said, make sure you give a thumbs up, like all that good stuff. Also, while it's on my mind, I might do some pre-recorded videos later in the Midwest and in the Northeast. Make sure you have proper attire when you go out. It is very cold. As of right now, with the wind chill outside is, I think, -10 or -15 up here. I know this weather is supposed to be heading east. So definitely, if you're going to be out on the roads, also remember, if you're going to be out on the roads, it's very treacherous out. So if you don't have to be out there, don't be out there. Like I said, I give everybody a couple more minutes to get in. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we live streamed since Christmas. Yeah, I don't think I did a stream since Christmas. I think I did a couple. No, I did do Midnight Madness. I'm sorry, I did do a Midnight Madness. So I give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here, like I said. Just shout out to everybody, man. I hope you guys and girls are good wherever you are. If you're traveling for the holidays, safe travels. New Year's is coming. Please move accordingly. Definitely. So, give everybody another couple minutes to get up in here. Also, shout out to all the gun tubers out here. You guys and girls, shout out to y'all for working on this content. It's work doing this, especially whether you do it full time or not. Creating interesting conversation can be difficult. Sometimes mentally you need a break. When you're building these things from the ground up, it takes hard work, it takes dedication, and you got to understand some people are going to build their channels and their platforms because they hit something that's an instant hit, and thumbs up to them. Some of us are not going to have that opportunity, or we may not seize the opportunity to go viral. So you may have to do it the long way. Understand something. Here on YouTube, GunTube, whatever it is, PrisonTube, whatever you do here on YouTube, understand YouTube is getting to the point where only certain types of material is going to really get boosted. The rest of us, they're going to suppress us. I want to say shout out to Seifu Lonzo 2 times. I seen that your channel was terminated or what have you. I seen a couple of videos of yours. I was watching on my TV. I got to resubscribe to your channel. 157,000 subs gone. You guys and girls know how YouTube operate, man. I'm gonna ring the alarm now. I'm gonna ring the bell, and I'm gonna throw it out there. If you really love what you hear here in the Alert Zone TV and on GunTube, period, there may be a shift where a lot of us are gonna start going to other platforms. Just because of we work hard to build these platforms, and for no reason at all, YouTube can come and snatch it from you. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this live stream. And I wanted to talk about the year 2025. Was probably one of the roughest years I've had in a while. I'm for sure pretty certain I don't even think I bought more than one firearm this year. I may have bought two. I'm trying to remember, did I get the Echelon this year or at the end of last year? In the RXM. I got back into my trucking business. Things are starting to get turned around now, and it's starting to look back up. Shout out to Dr. T for that, but I'll get to her later. This was kind of a challenging year because I had a lot going on. But I told you guys and girls I was working on some things for next year to make the channel better. And that's what we're working forward to. But I want to say this to everybody that has supported the Alert Zone TV from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Some of you found me when I was High Alert TV. Some of you guys and girls came after we became the Alert Zone TV. For those of you who don't know, I used to be High Alert TV. I went to Mexico and I posted some footage from a bullfight, and well, it was against YouTube policies, and they got me for animal cruelty, and they shut me down. And that's how that went. But I was able to start this new channel and get it up and going. And yeah, you guys and girls know I've been shadow banned. I've been, a lot went on this year. I've been shadow banned for a while. I think YouTube is easing up on it. A lot of us are starting to get things in order with our channels, and appreciate that. This was a really good year as far as my networking with GunTube, because I was able to meet a whole lot of other people I didn't even know knew this channel existed. With Arm 5. I'm going to definitely get to that. Just want to say, man, this has been quite an experience. Going forward, I want to make it better. I've constantly told you guys and girls about getting StreamYard together and what have you. I'm still learning technology. Bear with me. I'm getting close. I'm still learning technology. You guys are going to see some more point of view videos from me. Sorry about that. Well, you get to see me doing things up close. So you're going to get to see that. You guys and girls are going to get to see a lot in this channel going forward. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me. I also plan on getting out more next year. You're going to see me on other channels. I'm going to be visiting people in person. I like that whole hands-on thing. We definitely going to be doing some giveaways next year. There's a couple people I owe something to. I haven't forgot y'all. I will be reaching out to you one day in the comment section, so just don't be surprised. I'll reach out to you. Also, any giveaways that we do on this channel will be done live. You guys and girls will know, because I'll post it in the community tab. By the way, if you follow the channel or you're new to the channel, go to the community tab. That's usually where I post what we're going to do. If we're going to do a live stream, I try and give you guys and girls a ahead of time notice. But we're going to be doing giveaways next year. Some of them are going to be firearms. Some of them are going to be accessories, things like that. It's a lot that I got planned going for next year. And I want you guys and girls to help me make this a reality. Um, with that being said, uh, we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do some giveaways. We're gonna do some collabs. We're gonna do StreamYard where I can bring people up, get some interviews done. It's just a whole lot. I'm gonna put more time into really developing this channel and basically coming up with a backup plan as far as maybe eventually a lot of us gun tubers may have to get together and create a backup somewhere else, just because you never know how YouTube is going to be. As much as I love being on this platform, the politics of YouTube is very, very crazy. You have to be careful what you say. We don't ever condone violence on this channel. We're not solicitors and none of this other stuff that YouTube require us to say. We preach safety here. What's going on? We got my brother Eyes and Ears Tactical in the building. Just doing my year-end review while I got time, man. All right, that guy. It's going pretty good. All right, what's going on? We appreciate you for stopping by. Yeah, like I was saying, we as gun tubers, with YouTube, as much as I like being on this platform, the fact that any little thing can get you kicked off. For Safe Food Lonzo, that guy's been putting in work for years. Pretty much most of people in GunTube been putting in work for years. It's hard, and it can be physically draining to keep bringing good content that makes you guys come back. Actually, it's the light. This thing is actually red. It just looks pink. Yeah, I don't know if it's this lighting that we got up in here. But yeah, it's actually red. Yeah, with that being said, we just want to make sure that as GunTube grow, as Alert Zone TV grow, everybody grow with us. Yeah, man, do YouTube. And let me just go ahead and address this. We try not to beat around the bush on this channel. People that spread hate, YouTube is the place for you. There's some of these channels that there's unlimited money to some of these guys and girls that just say some of the most hateful things. As humans, as Americans, we have differences. We have gender differences. We have political differences. Yeah. We have political differences. We have racial culture. We have all kind of differences, and that's okay because we're human. It seems like people who are willing to get up here and make their channels about spreading hate towards another particular group have unlimited backing. They have untold. You guys see. You guys see some of these guys and girls. They content ain't worth the crap, man. And they'll post a video, and in 3 hours they already got 500,000 views. We know how YouTube work with the algorithm. That's why, unfortunately, we have to keep asking the smaller people to like all this stuff. Everybody know how YouTube work. It's just become repetition for us that we out here putting in the work, and we just want to be noticed. We know we fighting against a machine. If you're a gun tuber, I don't care if you got 10 people that watch your channel or you got 100 million. YouTube has taken people from you for no reason. We've all been through it. But with that being said, there's some people I want to get to that's been along this journey. And I don't really like to use the statement of a day one, only because some channels you find faster than others. So I don't really like to say a day one, even though I understand the context of it. Because you might find a channel faster than I might find a channel, and vice versa. I want to say this: if you're a GunTube content creator, Dexter Norman, everybody that has a GunTube channel should shout that guy out. Dexter Norman is one of these people that has helped not only the Alert Zone TV, but has helped GunTube grow. This guy does nothing but give positive energy out there. And I love it for that. Shout out to you, Dexter, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for always coming through. I've seen him on other channels in the comment section. And that brother always has good upbeat energy. And that's the type of stuff that we like here. To the people in the comment section that hasn't always agreed with me, but that has been respectful, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Because that's what this is about. You're not always going to agree with everything I say, and that's okay. Let's have these debates. That's what we need to have. We need to have these kinds of, not even just debates, discussions. To all the other content creators and to the people that view not only the Alert Zone TV, but other channels, I really appreciate y'all because I learned so much from y'all about the Second Amendment. I've been around guns all my life. But really getting into building a collection and GunTube opened my eyes to a lot of things. When I got to Iowa, AK-47 was the end-all be-all for me. When I got up here to Iowa, shout out to Ian, even though the general store don't exist no more, me and Ian had a conversation. And I was honest with him. And he was honest with me. He said, you stick with me, I'm going to get you armed with the right stuff. He's never let me down. Even when he left the general store, I still see him from time to time. We chit-chat, this and that. GunTube has become a mental safe haven for me. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Before GunTube came along, throughout my life, you guys and girls don't know how many people insulted me because I love guns. How many people told me there's better things in the world than guns. How many people said I was a coward because I liked the Second Amendment. I've had some very nasty things said to me over the years. I took them and I kept going. And then one day, I found GunTube. I found one video, then another one. Then another one, then another one. Then I started seeing black folk doing GunTube. And that's when I really said, okay, now I really feel like, okay, I'm not the crazy, angry black man that likes guns. This is a normal thing. And I started seeing this space grow. Now, we here in the Alert Zone TV and in GunTube period welcome everybody. But we having an honest discussion. For those of you who are young and don't know life before the internet, y'all don't understand the image that black folk and guns had. The worst images about firearms was always put out there. So much to the point that law enforcement didn't even believe there's a such thing as people that have firearms that are black that are legally owned. Even now, we still get a lot of resistance in the industry. We try our best to just be GunTubers. We love the Second Amendment. It's unfortunate that we live in a country where sometimes you have to, well, all right, we got William Fattel in the building, shout out Gun Freak Nation. It's unfortunate sometimes you have to bring race into this. But we love the Second Amendment like everybody else. And we always pushing GunTube. If you're able to pass the background check and go through the necessary things, you should be allowed to be legally armed. It's just that simple. I've met a lot of people throughout my time here in GunTube. And man, I can't tell you, you guys and girls don't know how much GunTube has changed life for me in the sense of it's something that I can come home sometime, or be at work, be out and about on a plane, wherever, and turn on and watch that I can enjoy because I learned so much from it. I love being a part of GunTube. Whether I decided to create content or just consume content, It is something that we have been missing. Before GunTube, before the internet, guns was always seen as just evil things. The reality is, if it's not for guns, you can't have a sovereign nation, because a nation that can't defend itself is a nation that is destined to be overtaken and ruled. If it wasn't for the Second Amendment and firearms, we wouldn't have an America. If it wasn't for firearms, number one. Number two, if it wasn't for the Second Amendment, America would have been invaded a long time ago. Without getting too, man, I appreciate that. Without getting too political, without getting too going off the rail historically, most countries that see America as an enemy said they would never invade this country because there's an AK-47 or AR-15 behind every door, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud to say that we practice the Second Amendment to the point it make other countries want to leave us alone, where we basically don't have to worry about being bombed. Do we have issues as a country? Yes, we do. But if you've never left the borders of America, you don't understand just how good we have it when it comes to the Second Amendment. You guys have seen me travel through Mexico, and hopefully in the coming years I can hit other countries and show you and go more in depth about their privileges when it comes to carrying firearms. You know, I don't know, what have you. We got it good here. We can have basically just about anything we want. I personally would love the fact that we could have fully automatic weapons. Even though I know we legally can't, I wouldn't mind the fact that we could have them. But nevertheless, I don't like some of the states' rights. We talk about all that stuff here at GunTube. You know how we got this state and that state having rights, and I just want to tell everybody, going forward, I'm planning to get more involved with sending letters on the behalf of the Second Amendment. Not on the behalf of the NRA or none of these other self-serving, self-interested people. Just every ordinary day people like you and me. Start sending letters to Congress. I'm going to start working on getting us letters sent to Congress about making... What's going on, Ronnie? Appreciate you. Just here doing this work. Going forward, HR 38, national reciprocity, is a must. Somebody brought this up to my attention in the live stream. We need a law where, just like our license is recognized in every state, our driver license, not only should we be allowed to carry in every state, we also need to make it where we can buy firearms in every state. Just like I can a car. I can live in Iowa and I can buy me a car from Florida. I can live in Iowa and I can buy me a house in New York. But damn it, if I live in Iowa, I should be able to buy me a gun from Texas without having to get an out-of-state ID. We need to make sure that the Second Amendment is just that available to the whole country. Just like we had the abortion laws that made abortion legal throughout all 50 states at one time. Well, damn it, we need national reciprocity. We need all that. But we don't need an executive order. We need to get this in law, on the books, where it can't be tampered. And how this is going to work is going at your local and state representatives, going at your Senate, your Congress people of the state you live in. We're going to have to put in the work. I'm looking forward to doing that. As you guys and girls bring ideas to my mind, I want to get that out there. I want to make sure that everybody knows the Second Amendment has to be one of those issues where when a politician show up and you bring up the Second Amendment, if they hesitate to give you an answer, we got to X them out. We got to make that a litmus test. If you're against the Second Amendment, you're against the people. We got to make that a litmus test. We have people fighting for economic issues. We have people fighting for religious issues. We have people fighting for racial issues. The Second Amendment is an issue that we need to fight for together. We need to make that one issue. Do not touch it. If you're going against the Second Amendment, you're going against the people. But we need to make politicians feel like they do about AIPAC. That they're too afraid to say or do anything against us. And I'm going to tell you, some of these lobbying groups that we have when it comes to the Second Amendment, they're not really our friends. Period, point blank. This has got to take everybody that believes in the Second Amendment effort. Not people that's just going to get a special benefit from it. So that's some of my plans going forward. Give me a second, everybody. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. I had to step out for a second. But I'm saying going forward, that's part of my plan. In the state of Iowa, we already have it in law that the Second Amendment cannot be fooled with on a state level. So as far as magazine capacity and everything, that's already in our state constitution. So I don't have to worry about that living here in the state of Iowa. But going forward, I want to get with some of you guys and girls. And if you know people that's interested in congressmen, things like that, that you think would be interested in talking to me, send them to my comment section. Send them my way. Hell, I'll sit down and talk with anybody about the Second Amendment. But I'm telling everybody like this, I'm working for the Second Amendment in the community, not for some self-interested person. Because I want everybody out there that's able to be legally armed to be armed. Period, point blank. Even if we don't politically agree. Like I always say, we can have a respectful disagreement. But if you get aggressive and you won't take it there, the only way you stop a crazy person with a gun is make sure you got one. That's how you keep that level. Also, I want to thank everybody that has been able to catch this channel live. I know sometime, you guys and girls, some of y'all have been able to catch us live. We've said we was going to do a 30-minute show or program, and wind up going longer because we have conversations and you guys and girls throw out things to me, and before you know it, we on here for an hour or two. So I appreciate everybody that's able to catch me live. If you're able to catch me on a replay, anybody that's able to give thumbs up, whatever, man. I just appreciate all that. Now I got the sentimental part of this program that I want to get to. There's some people you meet in life along your journey that you never forget. There's relationships you're going to make that will follow you to the day you leave this earth. There's decisions you make that may not be the best decision, and it may turn out to be disastrous, but you live with the results. There's a lot of things that we go through in this thing called life. With that being said, there's some relationships and some people you never forget, and you're always going to keep them close to you. I want to shout out Core Essentials. These are the 4 belts that we got this year for product review. Core Essentials is the only company so far that has partnered with the Alert Zone TV. We talk quite a bit through emails and things. We have worked our way to becoming a part of their product review. Um, we are working on expanding our relationship with Core Essentials. You guys and girls know Core Essentials. These are the first 2 gun belts that I ever had. And I'll tell you, man, they're the real deal. They really, really sturdy. Even outside of the pant, outside of the loops, they're really, really good belts. I like the snap-in design. For you guys and girls that have them, you already know how it goes. This one is definitely one I'm gonna wear a lot in the coming years because of the material, that newer style material that they got, that I can put my holsters on, and it'll be, on the outer part that I get to go and do gun videos and things like that. So definitely, I love these belts, man. They really quality made. Stop by and support them, man. And thanks to everybody in GunTube that sent me Core Essentials way, because I got some help with that. Speaking of getting some help, there's somebody that's very near and dear to me that I plan on meeting in person next year. As a matter of fact, she know who she is because she's in the comment section. She won one of my first giveaways on this channel. She won the bat, the flashlight bat. Everybody, I want y'all to make sure you are subscribed to Dr. T's channel. I got the bottle opener that you sent me. Dr. T. You know, when I started GunTube, and I started High Alert TV, I said I was going to break off and show everybody how race, politics, and the Second Amendment intersected, whether you liked it or not. As the channel grew, I decided to start making videos specifically for women. Because I understood in the Second Amendment community, just in everyday life, how sometimes naive women can be about getting armed. For those of you who've been around, you remember I started the Ladies Get Legally Armed. And I started banging the drum. Ladies, y'all got to get armed out here. Men don't see y'all, and the world don't see y'all the way y'all used to. Unfortunately, the rough side equality is here. You got to be your first line of defense. If you got to give your life up, give it up fighting. I banged and banged and banged that drum. I saw Yoki Stirrup. I saw Santee TV. Santee TV, as a matter of fact, was the first female gun tuber I ever remember. Then I saw Yoki Stirrup. I saw Miss Red Phoenix. I saw Gun Girls Atlanta. Guns and Journey. Nisha, you already know where we at with it. When you come back out here, you know we all waiting on you. And then Dr. T came along. Dr. T won my first giveaway. And she came out with a channel. And I always tell you guys and girls, especially for the ladies, if hearing a message of getting legally armed from me makes you feel uncomfortable, I can understand it. Find you a female gun tuber to go to. Dr. T is a wonderful place to go to for everybody, because it's not gender specific. But I do understand sometimes for ladies and for gents, you may feel better hearing it from somebody from the gender that you're from. And for ladies, you may feel better hearing it from Dr. T than you hear it from me. And I'm okay with that. Shout out to Dr. T. Also, I wanted to do this publicly. Congratulations on your 2,500. I know you're going through the same thing all of us going through with YouTube, with them unsubscribing people. But you out here with the rest of us. It was you that told me about, I think, New Jersey, where hollow points is illegal. See little stuff like that, I don't forget that. I try and remember people's names when I see things in the comment sections that, I don't know. I try and remember that, but I remember seeing that in the comment section that you was telling me that. These are the things about why GunTube is so important. Shout out to Dr. T, everybody. Make sure y'all sub to that channel. And don't just sub to the channel, make sure you view the material. Because Dr. T does a wonderful job. Just dropping game. Short, simple, and to the point. Got that. Speaking of, I have that. There's some other people that's been along on this journey. Defend what you love. This has a special meaning to me from quite a few people. To Billy, to Zach, I appreciate y'all. I got to meet y'all this year for the first time at Arm 5. You guys didn't do nothing but embrace me. I really enjoyed myself at Arm 5. You guys knew who I was as soon as I pulled up. To a regular gun guy. Probably the first GunTube channel I actually went on. For those of you who don't know, before I became High Alert TV, I went on a regular gun guy's channel. And he had the floor open and I jumped in. And it was like maybe once every other week I would come on. And through part of his encouragement and seeing the reaction, I thought about starting a channel. If you're not subscribed to a regular gun guy, I don't know what to tell you, man. I think they have very, very dope lives and discussions. I really enjoy it. I learned so much from everybody in there. It's a community channel. And it's not race specific. It's for everybody. He's brought a lot of people to the firearm industry that the majority of us might have not never met. People from Fusion Firearms owner to the owners of Brownells. I mean, this guy has brought so many people that's in the Second Amendment industry for creating products to his channel and giving us access to these people. And he's advocated for all of us in GunTube to get sponsorships and for people to do business with us. He didn't have to do that. He could have looked out for himself. And that's what GunTube is about. It's a community. You're not always going to have everybody that agree about everything in the community. The one thing we should all be able to agree on in the Second Amendment community is that if you are able to pass the background check, you got the right training, you should be able to be legally armed in all 50 states in America, and there should be no asterisk next to your Second Amendment. The regular gun guy, I'm telling you, I watched this guy build this channel from nothing. I watched, even when I went to Arm 5, the amount of work that it goes into putting an event together like that. I'm not that organized. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not that organized. I was even asked by somebody about me putting on the event, and I told them I'm not even going to try. I'd rather just show up and support. That was an event he came up with the meetup, and if you haven't been, go at least one time. It's like Mardi Gras. Go to a regular meetup at least once. It's an experience. That's all I can tell you. But not only to a regular gun guy, Billy and Zach and everybody that I met over there, but to the brother that sent this to me, Well Dressed Tactical. My brother, Well Dressed Tactical, thought enough of me to send this to me. Make sure you sub to his channel, to Well Dressed Tactical. We talked to each other offline, and I found out that he was going through his things with cancer, and I decided that it would be unbefitting for me to announce that publicly. Even through fighting what he was fighting, he still reached out to me 2-3 times a week to check on me. With all the pain he's been in. Sometimes you just meet people, you know they're going to be on a journey for the rest of your life. In 2026, plan on seeing me on his channel at least once. Person. There's 2 other people that I gotta get to when it comes to this whole gun tube thing. Shout out to Twin Gen 22. Diesel TV, even though I know he's not around no more, I haven't seen him in years. I still go back and watch his gun collection videos. To Autumn's Armory. I enjoy watching that little girl shoot with her dad. Hickok 45, Patrick E. Kelly. Gun Girls Atlanta. To Sidewalk Talk, the Echelon Don, who always stop by and show Unc some love. To 2A in LA, Team Blacksmith. The Honest Outlaw. Hickok 45, if I didn't mention him. The list goes infinity. There's enough room for everybody. These last 2 people I'm going to get to have a special place in my heart when it comes to GunTube, because they're more responsible for this channel than I think they understand. If this brother is not on your channel, if he not on your box ain't on. To Eyes and Ears Tactical. Or as I call you in the back of my mind, I just don't do this publicly. Mark Breezy, 24. What's your first channel, brother? Back when you had 2 people sub to your channel. When you was coaching your daughter's baseball team. When you would take off, when you would show videos of you out shooting in the desert. All the way up to Eyes and Ears Tactical, to this now. I watched that channel grow. I remember you took a hiatus, you came back as this, and that channel ain't been doing nothing but going up where it's supposed to be. You were the first channel in the state of California that I actually was able to catch, that was able to keep me up to speed without all the jumping around and going through a long list of this to get to the meat and potatoes. You simplified California gun laws to the point where I understood it. In GunTube, and I mean up-to-date popular GunTube, you were one of the first channels to bring up geopolitical issues as to how it affects the Second Amendment here in America. Back when nobody was talking like that. Back when basically GunTube was just people shooting and showing guns. Period. I remember I reached out to you. You got back with me and we exchanged numbers. Even when you stopped YouTubing for a little bit to take care of things with your daughter and uh, traveling so much with ball and what have you. Didn't see you for a while. Once in a while you let me know you was good. You just had a lot going on. And then this popped up. For those of you who don't know, Eyes and Ears Tactical and myself had a conversation. And I wasn't going to do this GunTube thing. I had a YouTube channel some years ago, probably 2013, something like that, maybe 14. And it was an educational channel that I wound up closing because I had talked about the Homestead Act and I had got a lot of death threats up here. And I had to think about my family's safety. So for their safety, if I was a single guy, I would have kept going. I just closed the channel down. And I said I was going to stay out of content creating. And then I found GunTube, and I love guns so much. I love the Second Amendment so much. I wanted to add my little piece to it, being that I'm from New Orleans and I live in Iowa. The culture shock, but the different things that go along with the Second Amendment that I know people were still kind of afraid to talk about. Eyes and Ears kept telling me, man, go ahead and start your channel, man. Start your channel. Let it be what it's going to be. If they going to come, they going to come. If they not, they not. And I went ahead on and I started this channel. And look at where we at now. It's hard work. So anybody that does this for a side hustle, that does it when they can, it's work creating content. What's going on, Glock Twin? But I watched Eyes and Ears Tactical grow, man, to what it is. To the point that he getting all these product reviews. And that's what we want. We want people that's going to educate people about the Second Amendment. And like I said, when I first discovered his channel, what I thought was so important was he was in the state of California. And what was so dope about that is a lot of people, the mainstream media is what we know about California. We don't usually hear from the people that's on the ground. And hearing from somebody that's on the ground, Eyes and Ears Tactical pointed out something that I had never thought about, even though California had Ronald Reagan for governor before. He said California is a blood red state that just have blue cities, whereas the most populated, LA, the Bay Area, San Diego. The rest of the state is blood red, and we just saw that in the last election. And he pointed out that California is more Second Amendment friendly than people think it is. But you have to live there to know that. Look at what that brother's channel is. Also, you guys and girls that don't have a patch, go and get you one to support the channel. Go and get you one of these patches and support the channel, man. It goes good. I have a plate carrier that I usually keep it on. It's going to stay there permanently. I'm going to start wearing my plate carrier more. That way I can keep up with it. But definitely, Eyes and Ears Tactical has been very, very pivotal in this channel. And how befitting that he moves to the city where I was born. He's in the New Orleans area. Expect to see some exclusive content from the Alert Zone TV on Eyes and Ears Tactical's channel. I'm giving you guys, girls, a heads up. When we actually do meet up in person down there, I'm going to take y'all to the scene of the first place that I saw a murder, and I'll walk y'all through it. And you're going to probably get some other exclusive information about me personally off that channel. So be looking for that. I'll announce it in the community tab, and maybe I might mention it during the video when I know we've gotten everything set up. Um, Also, before I get to this last person, and then we just have a general discussion, I have some interviews I plan on doing next year. I need to remake my list of the people I want to get on. I just want to make sure that our list line up. Uh, Probably after the first of the year, I will definitely be making another appearance on Gun Freak Nation with T Electric. We just haven't had our schedules meet up where we can get that done. Um, you guys and girls, like I said, you're gonna see me on other channels. Um, you'll see other people on this channel, so definitely, definitely. But one more time, support this brother. Eyes and Ears Tactical does great work. He does great work for the 2A community. Lastly, you guys see that? Funky Town Cinder. It's my job to send you on ahead. The Alert Zone TV is an offshoot of Gun Freak Nation. Let me talk about the president for just a minute. Our brother T Electric. I remember when GunTube started becoming a thing, especially black content creators, I have to be honest. And I was just scrolling through gun collection videos. And this guy popped up. And the first video I actually saw of him was an older video of him, think like making beats, and there's a video of him, I think, in a tub or something like that. It's an older video. Then I started watching his stuff. And it wasn't even Gun Freak Nation. It was just T Electric. I think 3 or 4 people was actually subbed to that channel. And he would still make videos. I reached out to that brother. Told him I wanted to talk to him. And what I liked about him was his niche. Now, for those of you who wasn't around before Gun Freak Nation and at the beginning of Gun Freak Nation, you guys and girls don't know T Electric used to be very, very vulgar. But that's what attracted so many people to him. I'm not going to repeat here what put him on the map. But if you was around, there's a particular type of hair he liked. And I'm going to leave it at that. So much to the point that when he went on other channels, they would ask him to do that. I remember reaching out to that brother and talking to him for years before I ever decided to do this again. And like eyes and ears, he encouraged me. I would talk to him in the comment sections and he would always tell me. He would always tell me, man, you need to go ahead on and get a channel. I remember a couple times he was streaming and he would put me on blast in his live stream and tell me, he would read my comment and say, I need to go ahead and make a channel. And I finally decided, oh shit, we got him in the house. Everybody give a round of applause and a shout out to the president of Gun Freak Nation. I watched T Electric talk, and when he talked about his journey with firearms, I said, yeah, now I know I'm not crazy. I know I owe you. I'm going to get to that. I said, nah, I know I'm not crazy. I got this black guy, and just have to be, keep it 100, as they say. That's his self. He's doing T Electric. What y'all see back then on Gun Freak Nation was him off camera. We talked. I started doing this. When his channel got hacked, he reached out to me. We helped him get his channel back. When I lost my first channel, he helped me get this one reestablished. And then it happened. I got a load of meat to Detroit. I took an Uber to his house. And I think he thought it was a 50-50 chance of me coming to see him until I pulled up in front of his door. And you guys and girls know, if you go to his channel, the first time we met, he live streamed it when I walked up. When he opened that door, I was standing right there, my little short ass. I want to tell y'all something. First off, he's wired up like that in person. He's wired up like that in person. Second off the camera, that brother treated me as though we grew up together and we had the same mom and dad. Even though I'm a gun tuber, for him to invite me into his home. You guys and girls seen the stream, that was the first time we ever met in public, in person. And for him to invite me into his home, and then take me out to Applebee's, and then come back to his home, we shared a lot of good times together. I watched that brother work hard to not only build Gun Freak Nation, but to do his beats, and I'm so proud of that brother. I'm so proud of that brother. He didn't treat me no different when we met each other in public. But I want everybody to know, T Electric and Eyes and Ears Tactical, when it comes to GunTube creators, are the biggest two reasons that we have this channel here. Them guys gonna always hold a special place in my heart. I'll do anything for them, and they know it. Yeah, definitely. Man, I just enjoy doing this GunTube. I just had to let people know. And for you smaller channels and for you larger channels, in 2026, a part of the thing I'm going to integrate into this channel is, as I buy merchandise from other channels, products and stuff, you guys don't have to, I'm going to show you guys and girls that I'm a supporter. If I buy a shirt, a cup, if y'all selling tactical light, whatever I buy from y'all that y'all have, I'm going to make sure I show it on the channel. Because I want everybody to support everybody. We're a community. We can be a self-sustaining community. Make sure you got your Gun Freak Nation shirts. Definitely. You got to have your patches. Eyes and ears. Regular gun guy. Defend what you love. Core Essentials. Our first of, I hope, of many product companies that we can do business with. This has been a journey, and going into 2026, I want this journey to expand. Like I said, when all the paperwork that needs to get done behind the scenes get done, and we're able to come out with some things quarterly, I want to do a firearm giveaway, which will be 4 firearms per year. And the way it'll be is, when you buy something from the channel, you'll be entered automatically in the firearm giveaway. And then we'll have other different little things I might find here and there that I might just want to give away. But when it comes to the firearm giveaway, I want to give away 4 firearms next year. If it happens that in March we can't do the first one, and in June we got to do 2 together, that's fine. But I want to try and give away 4 firearms a year. Because of the laws around the country, I understand what I'll do is, I have a place I'm working in concert with right now, that says, he said he's supposed to get with me. We'll chit chat. Maybe tomorrow I'll get to see him or what have you. That he wants to support me, and I'll go through him because he's an FFL. He owns a store and things like that where he can do the shipping and what have you. Maybe you guys and girls can buy online from him or what have you. I'm going to pick 2 firearms per quarter for one reason. I understand some people live in states where it's 10 rounds or less. And I don't want to put something in a giveaway that somebody can't get because of where they live. I don't want people to be punished for that. So what I'll do is I'll pick different firearms that's of that caliber in that class, and if it's a 10 round, 11 round or more firearm that you can't have, I'll make sure that the 10 round or less firearm be something that you'll still be happy with. That way, everybody from all 50 states can participate. So I definitely want to do that, you know. And as we get merchandise and uh, different products and things I'm working on, that'll be a way to support the channel. And in return, we want to do the giveaways to show our appreciation. You know, that's just how we do it here. I've done a couple small giveaways, nothing too serious, but that is definitely the plan. I haven't figured out what the first firearm is gonna be, because we haven't got everything necessary done to move forward with that. But just so you guys and girls know, going forward next year, we gonna have everything with the logo taken care of, the paperwork, so I can go ahead and put it out there and don't have my idea hijacked from me, my logo hijacked. We also want to do the giveaways. Like I said, if we get to the point like some other channels where we are sponsored and giving firearms to give away, then we'll do it that way. If not, you know, when you buy merchandise from the channel, you'll automatically be entered. Like I said, besides firearms, we'll be doing accessories, you know, like extra mags, maybe if all goes well around Christmas or Black Friday, we'll do like some kind of a giveaway or what have you, you know, just things like that to help build the channel and help, you know, build the community. But I definitely want to do some firearm giveaways. And for the people who has one for me, you guys and girls know after you win, once I reach out to you, I do send what I say I'm gonna send, and I don't recontact people. I don't store your numbers so I can harass you or what have you, because my first two winners on my channel were both females, and I have not harassed neither one of them. So I just wanted to make that clear to anybody. I don't engage in that type of stuff. It's strictly just get your personal information so that when you get what you want, you can just let me know, hey, Unc, I got it, and I get rid of your number, and that's that, and you can, you know, I'll just shout you out on the channel. So I don't want anybody to think that if a female, you know, I win, this guy's gonna try to harass me and be creepy. No, I don't do that. But I just want you to know that this is my way of showing my support. Then we're gonna have some things that we may give away if we can get certain videos to a certain amount of views. We might do a little small giveaway or something like that. So that's how that's gonna work. Also, this is really important to me. I would love for you guys and girls, whether you're here now or catch me on a replay, to constantly support this channel. But if this is not the channel for you, fine. Find you a gun tube or gun tubers. Not only sub to their channel, not only should you view the material, but take in consideration what you hear and put some of this stuff into practice. Because at the end of the day, all we all out here trying to do is teach you how to get armed and protect yourself. At the end of the day, sometimes you may emotionally get bothered by the way you may hear things on GunTube, but at the end of the day, it's for your safety. When I ask the question of why are you getting armed and who are you getting armed for, I ask that for a very specific reason. You can't live in Montana or Wyoming or Utah talking about you getting legally armed for a bunch of dudes from the south side of Chicago you never gonna run into because you probably will never go there. You getting armed for people like that, unfortunately for you, that's not gonna people that's gonna show up to your door. Most crimes are committed by people that you have came into contact with. That's just a fact, whether you like what I just said or not. I know a lot of y'all are going to comment sections, not only from GunTube, but these YouTube videos where are Instagram videos where they show somebody committing a crime and the 13 percenters and all that garbage and what have you. And at the end of the day, I always point something out to people. Brian Kohlberger didn't happen on the south side of Chicago. That happened in Idaho. It wasn't Southside gangbangers from Chicago that paid Charlie Kirk a visit. Sorry to say. It wasn't the South Side of Chicago that paid all the people at the Country Music Awards concert in Las Vegas a visit. That was Stephen Paddock. Sorry. The church in Sutherland, Texas. The Walmart in El Paso, Uvalde. The New Year's shooting in 2023 in California at the Asian Dance Hall. It wasn't a bunch of Southsiders from Chicago that showed up. What I'm telling you is, when I say what are you getting armed for and who are you getting armed for, all I'm trying to tell you is, since we love to talk about statistics here in America and we love to talk facts, the fact is you're more likely to be victimized by somebody from your group or somebody from your neighborhood. Most people don't do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, supermarket in Buffalo. Most people don't do eeny, meeny, miny, mo when they go to pull a home invasion. For people that live in gated communities, I've told you guys over and over again, these robberies in these gated communities is people that live there or people that come there and do y'all housing, y'all contracting, y'all landscaping and stuff like that. It's going to be somebody that shows up in that neighborhood that people are used to being seen in. It's just like the hood. Most of the things when I grew up that happened was somebody from the neighborhood. Because outsiders, your guard goes up when you get around outsiders. There's very few people that comes from out of nowhere and commits a crime in an unfamiliar area. Go back and study serial killers. They'll all tell you. The ones who confessed. I stuck to that area because I was comfortable for it. I knew that area. I knew how to move around in that area and not get caught. That's just a fact of life. And if you guys and girls would just allow me here in the Alert Zone TV to take you out of your emotion and get into your mind, your reasoning, you'll find what we talk about here is not race baiting, and it's not as emotionally damaged as a lot of y'all think it may be. It's just calling a spade and telling you, you have to understand the threat around you. You can't get prepared for something you'll probably never see. If you're a type of person where you don't travel this country, you're more than likely not gonna run into somebody you see on the television. For people that live in hoods, they're probably not worried about certain groups of people because they don't leave within a 3 or 4 block radius. Before Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, I know a lot of people that never left the project that they lived in. They never left that little, however big that project was with the stores around it, they never left it. I remember going into Foot Locker and seeing dudes buying 10 and 15 pairs of tennis shoes because everybody in that hustle in the project and gave them their money and their shoe size. And they was buying everybody's shoes and clothes and bringing it back to them. To my LA people. There's people that live in LA right there by the ocean. They've never seen the ocean before. They've never seen the Pacific. They've never been to Santa Monica. They've seen it on TV. To my DC people. Remember when Bush Sr. was the president and they lured that drug dealer to come there to buy that crack from him and then lied and said they found it in the park? That dude had never been in the White House and he lived in DC. You get legally armed for your surroundings first. And if you're a traveling person, yes, the opportunity of something else happening, or you live in a tourist city, the opportunity of something else happening to you can happen. But if you live in one of these places like West Virginia, up in the fucking mountain, believe me, It's gonna be a bunch of mountaineers that you're gonna run into. It ain't gonna be a gangbanger from the south side of Chicago or some dude from the ATL. If you're a fool, if that's what you're getting on for. Before Eric and Lyle Menendez went to prison, remember they was pulling all the burglaries in their neighborhood. You guys and girls got to keep that kind of stuff in mind. That's why we talk about that here. That's why not only do we shoot, we talk about real life events here and why you need to be legally armed. Like I said, serial killers cannot exist without living in an area or committing their crimes in an area they're familiar with. Familiarity breeds criminality. It's just that simple. And ain't no community is immune. None. There's not no immunity, no community that's immune from crime. Because yours don't make the news don't mean it don't happen. This little town I live in, so much of shit go on here. I don't hang out, so I don't know. I always hear about shit lately. Most of you guys and girls didn't even know that people steal anhydrous ammonia tanks and drill holes in them to get the ammonia out to make meth. You didn't know nothing about that until you heard it from here, because you don't see that on the news. You don't know about the farmers up here that have been sued and what have you, because somebody got killed on their property trying to get away from them because they got ran over by a car their partner was driving while he was trying to steal this anhydrous. You guys and girls don't know nothing about that. You know about it because I talked about it. It's because it's what I live around. But with that being said, everybody, if we're able to still be alive at midnight Central Time on the 31st of December, I will definitely make a post about Happy New Year. It's one other thing. My New Year's resolution. I don't usually do this. I want to repair some of the relationships that's damaged from my past. But I also want to strengthen the relationships that I've been able to forge since GunTube. That's very, very important to me going forward. Any bridge that I may have broken, I want to put back together. Whether it was my own doing or not, for people I really love and care about. For all the contacts that I've made, all the people I've met on this GunTube journey that I plan on taking forward with me, I want to strengthen my relationship with y'all. And you're going to see me through the work, not just talk. You're going to see the work. With that being said, I wish everybody a Happy New Year early. I wish all of us many, many, many more years to grow. I wish us millenniums that when we leave this planet, we all leave a positive mark that the next generations of our families and friends can carry on into the future. They said, leave this world better than you found it. And the mere fact that this channel has gotten one person to get legally armed to protect themselves is helping leave this planet better than I found it. I've convinced at least one person. I know it's been more than that, but at least I've been able to convince one person with this channel, and I don't mean teens, I mean full-grown adults older than me, to get legally armed. They closed their heart and opened their mind and just listened to what I had to say. And it made them get legally armed. And that has been the goal of this channel, to get people to get out here and protect themselves. I'm proud of the work I put in. I made a video specifically for immigrants and the children of immigrants to practice your Second Amendment rights. I don't care what you do in your homeland, you're here. My job is to keep you safe here, like your job is to keep me safe there. If you're a permanent resident, if you're citizen that became naturalized, if you're born to immigrant parents here and you're an American citizen, I made a video specifically for y'all to practice y'all Second Amendment because I want y'all safe. The less dead bodies that we find out from violent crimes, the better life is. The less we got to worry about something happening to us, and that's the lower the insurance rates stay. For car insurance, for homeowners insurance, and for life insurance. So yeah, if we can cut the number of carnage down because people are afraid to run up on other people, we done our job. To the ladies, I talk about this because I care. I have daughters, I have granddaughters, I have aunts. Rest on, my mom has already left the planet, but I have females that I'm friends with. Dr. T, I consider a friend, even though we haven't met in person. We've talked on the phone. I consider Dr. T a friend. I don't want to see nothing happening to y'all. I don't want to see nothing happening to innocent people. To all the fellas out there that may or may not agree with everything you hear here, that's went and got legally armed. I tell you this because I care. Straight up. I've never told nobody to go buy a firearm and go bait somebody to come into their home or bait somebody to come and attack them so they can kill them. I've only told you get something to protect yourself, because what you might think is something little might be something big to everybody else, and there's always somebody looking to take a shortcut. I've banged that drum and I'll continue to bang that drum. With that being said, shout out to GunTube. And when I say GunTube, not only do I mean the content creators, but I mean the people that consume what we put out. Without y'all, there would be no us. We would be a bunch of crazy people that they would be on the mainstream media calling fringe and maniacs. We wouldn't be guys and girls that's trying to get everybody legally armed. We wouldn't be seen as that. We'd be seen as monsters like we was before GunTube. That's why the mainstream media and broadcast TV has died out. They spent the last 100+ years demonizing everyday, ordinary people. Even when they didn't agree with us, instead of talking to us, they've told us what to talk about. They've made people hate other people that they've never met. We've been tired of it. Broadcast media has crashed. GunTube and Second Amendment independent media is here to stay. Whether it's going to be on YouTube or we're going to have to all take our act to something that we control, it's here to stay. It's your constitutional right. With that being said, everybody, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, stay safe, stay on high alert. Happy 2026 early, and going into the new year, we got better things coming. Appreciate you.